Okay, Tanushi.
A very good morning to one and all present. Myself, Tanushi Chakravarti, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, welcome you all on behalf of Institution Innovation Council of Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy to the motivational startup webinar under the initiative of Government of India's Ministry of Education. Established under the aegis of the Al-Ameen Education Society in 1983, the college has been a nurturing ground for pharmaceutical professionals in keeping with its objective of providing the best possible pharmaceutical education. The college has built up a strong infrastructure. This comprises of highly knowledgeable faculty, most of whom hold doctorates, and facilities that enable students to gain contemporary education. Continuous interaction with the industry is maintained to ensure that the learning program remains relevant to the changing trends in pharmaceuticals. Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy is constantly seeking to upgrade the quality of its education and actively participates in research and has been a pioneer institution when it comes to pharma education. We present to you today the motivational talk on the theme Startup. The title of today's talk is My Story, Motivational Session by a Successful Startup Founder, Dr. Lokesh P. Pathak, co-founder and global procurement head, Macolabs USA LLC. With this, I would like to welcome the President of Institution Innovation Council of Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy, our dynamic principal, Dr. M.D. Salahuddin Sir, to open the session of this wonderful motivational talk. Over to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Tanushi. Hosting and inviting guests and speaker. Very good morning to all the attendees for today's motivational session, which has been conducted by the Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy Banner Institution Innovation Council. The purpose of today's webinar is to give an insight of the successful story of the entrepreneurs, how they have taken up their the challenges by taking the risk of starting any newer firms and going to a successful line where probably this is going to motivate you. And as such, today we have got Dr. Lokesh P. Pathak, who is co-founder and head of the global procurement. And his story probably he is going to highlight and give you the insight how his the journey of from student to an entrepreneur taking up the startup is going to make you all aware. Probably student, you need to realize that the looking for education and then for the job is not the only solution to it. They all need to have a thought into the system that education. Apart from that, they all can plan up how they can take up into the responsibility of education. That's how we have started this session through the IIC, and I'm very happy that we are getting an opportunity because days where having only a physical event was the only possible, but now people from US, like our speaker, who can take up all the way from there and they can join to us and speak to large number of audience, especially the students. They need to be very vigilant, understand the process, how job is not only the solution. Apart from that, if you have got innovation ideas, if you have got a zeal and enthusiasm, you can take up such an entrepreneur is between us who has taken as a startup, and he is going to tell his own story, and he is going to motivate you all, and he is going to give an insight through our Al-Ameen platform. I'm sure this 1 hour of the talk will definitely motivate you and make you realize that what all your hidden potentials are there, how you can utilize it to become one of the rolling point for the pharma industry. I'm sure it is going to be a great talk. I welcome on behalf of Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy to Lokesh, and I'm sure this 1 hour spending time with us will be precious. Equally, I would like to thank him for accepting our talk and to be our speaker for today's session. So I welcome you, Dr. Lokesh Patak. I also welcome to all the attendees. Many principals have joined from all over India to this session. I welcome to all of them, and I'm sure it is going to be a great day. Thank you so much. Welcome once again, Lokesh Patak. Over to you, Tanush.
Thank you, sir. I would like to call upon the convener of Institution Innovation Council of Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy, Professor Dr. Mubin Ghani, to enlighten us about IIC and the various activities we conducted in IIC. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you, Tanushree. Good morning, all. A warm welcome to all the participants for today's motivation session organized by Institution Innovation Council of Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy. Welcome, Dr. Lokesh. Thank you for accepting our invitation to give a motivational talk to our students, faculties, and startup enthusiasts. Actually, for the participants, I want to inform that Dr. Lokesh has worked as a teaching staff in Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy in Pharmaceutical Chemistry Department for 2 years, 2015 to 2017. Later on, he started his own startup. And today, he is a successful startup co-founder of Global Procurement, McLeod, USA. Welcome you, Lokesh. I just want to give a small introduction about IIC. Institution Innovation Council, IIC, is a program that has been launched by Ministry of Education through Ministry of Education Innovation Cell in collaboration with AICT for higher educational institutions to systematically foster the culture of innovation and startup ecosystem in educational institutions. So the role of this IIC is to engage large number of faculty, students, and staff in various innovation and entrepreneurship related activities such as ideation, problem solving, prototype designing, IPR, project handling and management, then R&D and innovation, then we have design and critical thinking and entrepreneurship. So ISC of Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy is actually a faculty, expert and student council, which was formed in February 2022 with 30 council staff members and 9 students members and 5 external members. So under this, we conducted various activities under 4 quarters throughout the year. We have conducted various self-driven activities, celebration activities, MSc-driven activities, and ISC activities. So today, we are all waiting to listen to your motivational session. Lokesh, my story as successful startup founder. I hope all our students and faculties gets motivated with your talk, and in turn, it may help them to generate ideas, become entrepreneurs and startup founders in future. I hope your talk will motivate all of us. We are all waiting eagerly to listen to you. Okay. So your story, your success story, over to you, Tanushree. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I would now request Mrs. Arfa Nasreen, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics, to introduce our guest speaker of today, Dr. Lokesh Patak. Over to you, Arfa.
So good morning, one and all joined here today. I am Arfa Nasreen, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutics. So it is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Lokesh P. Patak, who is the co-founder and global head of quality assurance and procurement, McLeod, USA LCC, San Diego, California. So presently he is involved in product development as per US FDA guidelines for dietary supplements, then regulatory filings for Health Canada and US FDA for dietary supplements, then monograph writing and proofreading of various Ayurvedic medicines and dietary supplements for US bound clients, then providing technical information on dietary supplements, including herbal products for China, India, Mexico to US bound clients. And technical information which includes uses, novel formulae, possible interaction, toxicity, side effects, analytical profile, and identification test for dietary supplements, including probiotics and supply chain management for US bound clients. So sir completed his SSC in 2021 and higher secondary education in 2003 from Amaravati Divisional Board. So he did his B Pharmacy from HGB Amaravati University, Maharashtra in the year 2007. He also qualified GATE exam conducted by IIT Kharagpur and IIT Kanpur in 2 successive years, 2006 and 2007, with a percentile of 94 and 97 respectively. So Sir availed fellowship from the Department of Pharmaceutics, Government of India for pursuing his post-graduation studies in Naipur. So he completed his MS in medicinal chemistry from Naipur, Hyderabad in the year 2009. His postgraduate research topic include characterization and potential impurities of ripamycin by HPLC MS spectrometry. So he pursued his PhD from Gujarat Forensic Science University in the year 2017. His PhD work was formulation and development of lipid nanoparticle of poorly water-soluble nutraceuticals and their characterization. He also worked in academics and as a lecturer and assistant professor for 5 years in the field of medicinal chemistry and drug designing at Gujarat Technological University and Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy. His other credentials include, Sir is a registered pharmacist with the Maharashtra State Pharmacy Council. He is a Food Safety Preventive Control Alliance certified preventive control qualified individual for human foods. He has a life membership of International Food Safety and Quality Networks. Sir has to his credits 9 research publications and 1 book chapter on various research fields such as natural polyphenols, lipid biopolymer and nanoparticles, QSAR, molecular docking, and nanomedicines. Sir is expertise in handling various sophisticated instruments like scanning electron microscope, DSC, UV visible spectrophotometer, FTIR spectrometer, then spectrofluorometer, HPLC, smart LC nano, then superficial fluid chromatography, microwave synthesizer, Malvern particle size analyzer. So he is also well versed with many softwares in drug designing and statistical, such as Molecular Docking Pro, Design Expert, Codesa, Gold, CDocker, Glide, MDS, Discovery Studios, Schrodinger, Catalyst, Origin Lab, Systat, GraphPad, Prism, and many more. So with this brief introduction, we welcome you, sir, in our today's program. I now request you, sir, to start with your presentation. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Ms. Arfa, and everyone, Mubin ma'am, Tanushri ma'am, and Kalpana ma'am for giving this opportunity and such a nice and detailed introduction. And it is also nice to connect to Al-Ameen in other ways, and it gives me privilege, and also I feel nostalgic while connecting to all of you. So I would like to
Sorry, there's a little technical glitch. All participants, please bear with us. There's a certain technical glitch. We will be over to it soon.
Yeah, sorry for the interruption. There was some construction work going on in the neighborhood, and this is a common problem in India. So I hope you all understand. And I will start with my presentation. Yeah, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are loud and clear.
Okay, thank you. So I think very much detailed introduction has been already given about my current position and previous positions. So I will not go into much detail of that. So this is my path till now in terms of education. I have done my schooling from Maharashtra State Board. Then I pursued B Pharmacy from Government College of Pharmacy, Amravati. And I had done MS from Naipur, Hyderabad in medicinal chemistry, and then pursued PhD from Gujarat Forensic Sciences University. And now I am in this role.
Lokesh, you can go to slide share mode.
Sure, I think I need to tackle that problem again.
We are extremely sorry for the technical glitches we are facing. Please kindly bear with us. We will be back with in a short period of time.
Mukesh, are you there?
Yes, sorry, I had to interrupt them, construction work. And this is unexpected interruption. I feel sorry for that, but I hope I will not let it come in the middle of this presentation in another point of time during my presentation. So I am starting my screen. Is it visible now?
Please
Yeah,
go for
it's
presentation.
Yes,
visible.
Lokesh, it is visible.
Yeah.
Slide
So
one.
yeah, so this is my working experience. As you can see, I was part of.
Slideshow mode is required.
Yeah. Is it visible now?
Yeah.
Okay. So as you can see, I was part of Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy, and I had been instrumental in taking care of medicinal chemistry. Actually, drug designing this area. This was my expertise area, and I had done a lot of work during my tenure in Al-Ameen. And this was completely unrelated to what I am doing now. But during my presentation and during my discussion, I would like to reiterate that whatever you do even during your high school, your way of tackling people, way of communication.
Lokesh, voice is breaking. Voice is breaking.
Is it audible now?
Yeah, okay.
Yes, Lokesh, now it is audible. In
Okay.
between, it was little shaky.
Okay. Yeah. So what I was reiterating is that whatever you do in your life, if it is unrelated to your business, for example, many people they pursue post graduation or graduation in certain field, And in student life, they tend to think that, okay, if I had done something in medicinal chemistry or quality assurance, for example, or pharmacology, they think that, okay, I would like to go only in that direction. Their way is fixed, and they don't look what is the broader perspective of entrepreneurship. And uh, that comes when you go in the world and then meet with different people, tackle different challenges, and then you want to overcome them with interaction with the people and of course their support. So you can see that my journey till 2017 was related to
Lokesh, your hands probably is interrupting to mic.
okay.
Okay, now. Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see that till 2017 my experience was completely related to academics part, and I wouldn't even think in my life that I will enter into entrepreneurship or any business stuff. But as I realized that this is important for economy of our country, at the same time, it is very much essential for developing my personality and also fellow pharmacy people and fellow students. I decided to take it on. And in 2018, I started my journey as entrepreneurship. I was involved as partner of Dietary Business Intelligence Private Limited, and also at the same time I was given opportunity as chief scientific officer at Green Jiva LLC based out of Nevada, USA. And during this tenure, I also met with different people in China and Mexico and USA, and I realized now this is the time where I need to do something on my own. And I started my own venture in 2021, not 2021, just before COVID, you can say 2019, but technically and documentarily started in 2021. But actual work had started in way back in 2019 only. So these are the companies I am associated with: Green Jiva LLC, Spices Indiano International LLP, and McLeod US LLC. Now, there is an interesting story behind how these names have come into picture: Spices Indiano and McLeod. Why McLeod and what is the meaning of McLeod? That I am going to explain in later part. So this is what I am doing currently. You can see the map, different continents. You can see leaves presented in continental map, and you can also see what are the things, food, ingredients, and medicinal herbs related to those countries. So when I show this, it is also pretty much clear that these are the herbals and these are the food ingredients which are cultivated or which are found in this particular part of the world. For example, when you look at the Italy and Turkey and Asia, each and every ingredient, herbal powder or herbal ingredient or its extract is associated with one particular country. When you look at India, you can see cinnamon, you can see bananas, right? When you look at Sri Lanka, you see Ceylon cinnamon. And if you have read about Hippocrates, Hippocrates was the father of medicine. And what he said is, let food die with the medicine. And what is the meaning of that? Food die with the medicine means what we eat, it is only the medicine. You don't need medicines to be healthy and to be active and to live long and happy life. And that prompted my mind when I was working in medicinal chemistry. So many synthetic molecules and so much exposure to solvents, so much exposure to deadly chemicals. And after taking that, also there are side effects of allopathic medicines that we all of us know. But the challenge was how we make these ingredients reach to the common man, not in India, but also in USA, also in Canada, also in Mexico. And that gave us a challenge, like how we are going to do it. And this is how we are doing it now. We are almost sourcing all the ingredients or the herbal powders from all across the globe. Now, whatever map you see on the screen, we are sourcing ingredients from each and every country of that. And sourcing means not just trading, also looking after what are the regulatory aspects of that, how much active constituents is needed in that, and what are the regulatory filings which are required to make it available in that particular market. For example, USA and Canada, which is our focus market. Okay, now this is our vision and mission to be world leader in dietary supplement industry. Yes, someone is raising hand. So is there any question?
You can go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So this is the vision and mission of McLab to be world leader in dietary supplement industry, best customer experience in the industry. We are B2B company. We do not sell directly to customer, but that is going to be our moving on part that I will explain later. To improve health and wellness of the people, as you know, so many side effects are associated with allopathic medicines. And I told that that prompted me to start this industry and take this challenge to be food safety and quality driven company. You know that out of all cases of salmonella and E. coli infection, colitis and salmonella infection in USA, most of them happens because of foods that are imported from other countries, and most of them are from India and China. So spices market is already dominated by Indian companies in US, not only US but also in Canada and other countries. But herbal industry is still dominated by Chinese ingredients, and there is a scope and there is void which is created and which is challenge for Indian companies to pick up and then be there with their presence and then market the ancient science and ancient wisdom of India. So we are not only sourcing these ingredients, but we are also driving our industry by technology. Like from the day one, we were present in India, we were present in Mexico, we were present in USA, we were also present in China. So 4 countries at the same time we started our journey, and that was a challenge. And what made it possible? Of course, technology made it possible. So impact farmers' lives by backward integration. What is backward integration? So all these herbal ingredients and plants are needed to be cultivated with particular technology, with particular science, and it should be harvested at particular stage where active constituents are found at maximum level in those plants. So we are also educating farmers like how these practices are done, how sustainable harvesting is done. Also, we are taking care that child labor is not involved in all this, doing all this. So entrepreneurship, when you do, it is not only associated with the science and technology, but it is also associated with the society, like how this is being done. That is most important. Also, we are spreading awareness about alternative system of medicines of ancient world. So when I say that ancient world, that also means traditional Chinese medicines in China, also means Incan and Mayan system of alternative systems. Also, there is alternative system in Africa, KwaZulu-Natal and all this area, and ancient tribals from this area. They are using this type of ancient herbal medicines for curing the diseases which are trivial. But yes, it is also essential that we bring those to the market, because for those ailments also now we take allopathic medicines, which if we use for a longer period of time, we have side effects. So we are also very much closely associated with ancient system of traditional practices. Ayurveda is a part of that, but it is only not the one that we are associated with.
Lokesh, if you are coming close to the screen, your voice is going down. You can just stay back and speak. That would be okay.
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so this is our growth story. As I said, though we started McLab in 2021, the actual idea was born in 2019 when I was working with Green Jiva LLC, and I was giving them services for regulatory filings, for USA market approval, also new dietary ingredients approval. And during this, I have also felt that most of the profits are going to traders. We were also traders, but I somewhere saw that most of this profit is being utilized only for personal growth or only for corporate growth, and it is not actually going to people who are manufacturing these products, and it is not going to the ultimate cultivator of these herbal extracts and powders. So with this, we started an idea of MacLob. Now, what is the meaning of MacLob? As I told, there is interesting story about this. So MacLob means MC for Mike, and LO for Lokesh, and B for brothers. So Mike is my co-founder, who is a Chinese fellow. I met him in Shanghai 2017, and their inception of MacLob happened. So what we have decided is we are going to produce genuine and authentic herbal powders and extracts. We gonna market on purity, based on purity, potency, and authenticity of these ingredients. So we decided that we gonna provide these ingredients at minimum profit, which is going to be sustainable for operation of our company. At the same time, giving maximum profits to the farmers and also the producers. So that time we started this, but we didn't know whether this is actually going to happen, because so many challenges were there. And first challenge was investment. As you know, investment forms a part of the major challenge of any startup company, and this was the one, investment. We didn't have that. So then Mike was working in another company in Hunan province of China. And I asked him, can you find any farmers who are actually giving to these big corporates, providing their herbal plants and raw materials to big corporates, and you can teach them to produce it as per US standards, which are required, and Canada standards. And he was not knowing, he is a lawyer by profession, my co-founder. So he was not knowing what are the regulatory part of these cultivation practices and harvesting practices. He was not knowing. So sitting in India and sometimes from USA, I told him that, see, these are the things, this is the particular season where this needs to be harvested during flowering stage, or when leaf is just turning to yellow of Panax ginseng, for example, and roots are of particular height and particular centimeters and all these things. I used to teach him through Skype, and he used to transfer that knowledge to the farmers. And then we started our first business as a broker. So we sold almost 50,000 US dollar of Panax ginseng roots to USA. And that was our first business, and which happened in 2019 when I was working in another company. So that became very successful venture. And the customer who bought those Panax ginseng roots, it remains our most loved customer, who loves us, also who appreciates us, and who is also supporting us by buying from our company. So it was a small idea, and also it was a approach of solving the problem of people and the industry. The problem with US people was they were not knowing what Panax ginseng is. Also, they do not know, they know what is ashwagandha, but they do not know which part of ashwagandha. There are many parts of ashwagandha. We know that roots of ashwagandha are used for its maximum benefits, but there are certain hair parts of ashwagandha. So hair parts of ashwagandha, you know, horizontally they will spread from the vertical thick root, and it becomes very thin, those hairs in horizontal part of that ashwagandha roots. Also, if you keep it for longer, it becomes fermented after 2-3 years. So industry in India used to procure it at very cheap cost from farmers. The roots which are fermented, roots which are of not very good quality, they used to make powders and they used to sell in the United States. And they were not knowing this is not a good part of ashwagandha. I mean, the roots which are fermented in not in very safe and quality environment, at the same time, which is not having a particular active constituent in that, vithanolites, for example, at certain concentration. So they were buying that and they were selling that. Ultimately, what happens when things like this goes to customers in USA, they think that, okay, ashwagandha is not that effective. So we stopped using that. And when you make powder, you don't know what is inside powder, right? You don't know whether it is root or a certain adulteration from leaves part is coming, or adulteration from bark is coming or not, and you do not know it when it is in powder form. So our strategy was to test all these powders and make HPTLC chromatograms of these powders and compare it with against standards of leaves part, roots part, and bark parts of these herbal plants, and then tell people and businesses in the US that, see, whatever you are buying, it's not actually root. It is having 10% of the leaves and 20% of certain other parts of that plant. And we used to make them aware that what they are buying is not actually the part of the plant which is claimed on the label of that product. And we made them aware, and they liked this strategy, and they supported us in our venture. So our first sale was in 2019, $50,000, which translates to, I think, 40 lakhs in Indian rupees, and which was our motivator, and we shared that profit. We didn't have any profit. We just had an idea, and we wanted to solve problem of the world. Number two. Number three, we didn't have investment, but we were very transparent with people that what we are doing and what is our motto behind that. And people liked it. And they supported us by buying directly from us. And that is how it took off from the ground. And we started in 2020, Hunan Maclop Technology Company Limited, which is in Hunan province of China. It was registered officially in 2020, but we were doing business. Then it was also needed that we have some very good salesperson, and our co-founder from India joined, Ms. Megha Avasthi. She joined as a director of sales, and she helped us in marketing and sales of our idea. I wouldn't say that our products, I would say our idea. Our idea was to provide genuine and potent, at the same time authenticated. Authenticated means not just because I'm telling it is authenticated, but by selling the products which are proved to be authentic by certain analytical technology. For example, HPTLC, sometimes it was FTIR, and sometimes we have developed our own chromatograms, our own methods, and then told people, okay, you can use this because it is authentic, like that. From 2020, then 1 year passed on, and we started Maclop USA LLC in US, and we took help of Mr. Fidencio Salas, who is American citizen. We gave him an idea. We presented him our idea that how we are going to work and how we need support of someone who is present in the US and someone who is US citizen. And with help of him, we brought him in our team and offered him vice president position for US. And then warehousing and distribution is taken care by Mr. Fidencio. In 2022, from one San Diego warehouse, we grew to 2 more warehouses in New York and 1 in Texas. So this is our growth story. And now we are planning to open warehouse in Canada also. So this is how we are growing, only because of our idea, I would say, not because of our product, because products were available before we entered in the market also. So I wouldn't say product, but because of our idea and our motivation, which would help people to actually consume what they think they are consuming by looking at the label on the products. So this was our idea, and that idea was revolutionary in this industry, and that is how it is helping us. You can see this is how we work. Procurement happens from Nagpur, India, and most of that I handle. Whether we have to procure certain things from China, whether we have to procure it from Korea or Mexico or anywhere, we do it from India. We test it with our partners in Eurofins laboratory in Bangalore and so many other laboratories that we are associated with, and we test those herbal powders and extracts, and then after making sure that those are authentic, we procure those things. Sales and marketing also happens from India. Warehousing, logistic distribution, as I said, it happens from San Diego, California, US. And product development with our inputs, with the inputs of the R&D team and regulatory team, and what customer need. Based on that, all product development, it happens in China, in Changsha city, Hunan province. So this is our map, and you can see this happened in 2021. We were the global company. People were in China who are working for us, people in India who are working for us, people in US who are working for us. Also, we have a team which is in Canada who are working with us for local distribution channel there, and also some R&D part we are doing that I will explain later in the slides what actually we are doing. Okay, so this is our map for the warehouses and distribution channel. You can see central part is taken care from Melville, east down Huntington, and this is also port. Central USA part is covered by this region. This is our first warehouse in San Diego, which is west coast of USA, and this is east coast of USA. So we are spread, we span across all over United States. You can see anywhere anyone needs something, we are there. We are ready with our inventory at that particular post. So ready delivery, deliverability and availability of the ingredients, and also authentic ingredients, which prompted our customers to buy from us and not from the others. Also, immense satisfaction we get when we know that before we started, there was less awareness about Indian products. And now, as we are in third year of our inception, we see that we started with zero products from India. Now we are selling almost $200,000 of products from India. We are exporting $200,000, which translates to, I think, 1.6 crores. 1.6 crores of products we exported from India just in 6 months, last 6 months figures. And this also gives a sense of achievement for what we have done and where our idea is being taken by our customers so well. So this is how our tree is growing. Beginning, as I said, we had a passion for the real processors, small processors, and it was not region specific, it was not people specific. It was only with sole motto that whatever people are consuming should be authentic, should be genuine, and people should know what they are buying actually. And if we are giving them something with leaves and barks mixed or something, we will only give when they tell that, okay, we need in such form for our project. Only then and then we would provide them, and with the associated cost. If it is more, it is more. If it is less, it is less. So we maintain transparency in our supply chain with all the regulatory documentation and qualifications. We started with this passion for uplifting someone else than us. Also us, but the motto was to benefit the society first and not ourselves. The second step, second stage, I told inception of two companies, Spices Indiano International LLP and McLeod USA. We incorporated these two companies for better distribution. And I am happy to tell that during COVID time also, when most of the transport and most of the export was lagging from India and also from China. And there were so many supply chain issues during that time. And during the same time, our company has grown to threefolds because of our technology driven processes that we incorporated, and also diversification of our supply chain. So everything was not focused on one part. Somewhere we used to procure from China, somewhere we used to procure from India, somewhere we used to procure from Mexico, and also with the quality that we wanted, and also with the qualifications and approval processes and certifications that is required for US market. So this is the growth of the tree. I am going to explain in more detail about each one of these stages in later part. So this is how it looks in nutshell. Okay, so this is the actual story I'm going to tell you about how we started. And you can see the picture of turmeric fingers and powder there. And you know that turmeric fingers are used for extraction of curcumin and curcuminoids, which are the active constituent in turmeric rhizomes. So I mean, I would like to tell that almost 80% of the consumption of turmeric powder and rhizomes is done in India only. Out of the 100% demand from overseas, we can fulfill only 20% demand of turmeric. We cannot fulfill more than that, because 80% is consumed in-house domestically. So entire world needs it for preparation of and processing of curcumin extracts and curcuminoids and curcumin 95% and different specifications of these herbal ingredients. So one Bangladesh company, they wanted turmeric rhizomes at the scale of 300 metric tons. This was the requirement. I was not having any company, any official company or anything to fulfill that. And they needed that during COVID time. COVID time, most of the biggest players in India, they told, okay, we are not able to supply these because there is an issue with farmers and APMCs in India. They are not able to store it, and they are not able to make it available at one port in India. And that was the challenge which had come to me. I was working in another company, and this inquiry I got through one of the other co-founder in sales and marketing. I mentioned Miss Megha Avasti, and she told me that there is an inquiry, genuine inquiry from Bangladesh, that they need 300 metric tons of turmeric. And being from farmer family, I always felt that, okay, I need to see that if some farmers are getting benefited, because if we can supply these turmeric fingers. And with some data mining from internet and also government sources and government websites, I contacted almost 150 to 200 farmers in India who are into cultivation of turmeric fingers. And I found one farmer from Basmat Hingoli area of Maharashtra, who told me that he is interested to provide 300 metric tons of turmeric, and he can make it available at one location, and we can make it happen. But there were many challenges. The first one was farmers need everything in advance. We did not have any investment. I was working in another company as a consultant, as a partner. So there was no question that I would get benefited because of this monetarily. But again, with only motto of and thinking of, okay, if farmers are getting benefited, if I can do something that will provide spark inside me, which will take me further for maybe entrepreneurship or taking my procurement to bigger levels. So there were many challenges. This company was disqualified with credit ratings in CIBIL scores and Dun and Bradstreet. These are the credit agencies which are working all across the globe to tell that, okay, this is the company who can provide, they have the capacity and everything. So this company got disqualified, and the dreams of those farmers got shattered. The person Mr. Prahlad Borgad. He's a small farmer in Basmat area, and only thing he had done was he had a farmer producer company, and it had 5,000 farmers associated with them who only cultivated and are cultivating only turmeric rhizomes. So we reached out to Maharashtra Farmers Producers Association, the head of that. Yeah, sorry, any problem?
No, Lokesh, you can continue.
Yeah.
We'll have all question answers after your session.
Okay, thank you. So this farmer was not capable, as I told, he was disqualified, his company was disqualified in credit ratings. So we approached another big corporates in India, and we asked them, can you export under your name? And they denied. So because they were of course not getting any thing by doing social activities, and they were not looking at any monetary benefits. They were not seeing any monetary benefits for themselves. So most of them denied, and we reached out to Maharashtra Farmers Association head. Also, we reached out to ministers in Maharashtra, and we told them this is what we can do. We have a genuine inquiry, and we want to help the farmers. So anyhow, please give us a name, give us a company name under which we can export, or we can get qualified to export from India. And luckily, a minister from MLAs from Hingoli area and another parts of Maharashtra, also Maharashtra Farmers Producer Association head, Mr. Yogesh Thorat, and so many big Sayadri Farmers Association, which is based out of Nasik, and which is 5,000 crore company. They understood we really want to help farmers, and under their company, we supplied 300 metric tons of turmeric. Now we supplied 300 metric tons of turmeric. When I say there are many stages of doing that, because whatever material these farmers had, it was not as per the standards for making extracts of turmeric. It was having very less curcumin in that after we tested. So I went in COVID area with food safety supervisor IDs and everything I had, and I went there, and I personally saw that they are packing the material as per export standards. They are sorting the material as per curcuminoids, and they are doing all the necessary certifications and deliberations which are required for making export happen. So we exported, finally we exported 300 metric tons. So that means around 12 trucks of turmeric rhizomes to Bangladesh. And when we saw that during Diwali 2020, those farmers, they received money in their accounts. So the smile on their faces were so much valuable for us, and it gave a sense of achievement that, okay, if we have genuine motivation and we are ready to help people, actually we can help people. And all this process from procurement to export, it happened independently. In all these processes, me and my team helped farmers to export these turmeric rhizomes, and it inculcated in us that it gives us a sense that, okay, we can do something on our own, because here no big corporates were involved, just a genuine motivation. And when we reached out to people who are also having same vision and mission like ours, different government bodies, different ministers, and all these levels, we did so many delegations, and this happened. And this was the beginning of everything. This was the beginning of Spices India International LLP, and we are still working with those farmers, and we are getting all the turmeric material in credit. They do not ask us when you are going to pay us. If you need, just take the material from us as per your specifications and export it wherever. So now that company has gone local to global, and when we see that we have contributed in their journey in this way, it gives immense satisfaction, also gives sense of achievement, also gives sense of responsibility that we can utilize our knowledge for benefit of the society. So this was the first step of our journey, and this is how we exported through Colombo port, not through Diu, but we exported through Nhava Sheva JNPT port, Mumbai to Colombo, Colombo to Chittagong port in Bangladesh, 300 metric tons of turmeric. Also a successful business, and so many big corporates couldn't achieve this, but we did it, not with you can say no investment, nothing, but just reaching out to genuine people like ours, and it happened because it was meant to happen when right people are in the group and they are all are on same platform. So this is the first step how it started. The second step, McLaw began its export from China with collaboration with Global Spices Corporation USA. So Global Spices Corporation USA is another company, and as I said, we were working with no company of ours, McLaw, Mike and Lokesh. They just had an idea that they have to provide ingredients which people should know that what they are buying, not misbranded, not adulterated, and genuine, 100% genuine products. So we began export from China. As I told, $50,000 was our first business. After that, we incorporated Hunan McLaw Tech Company Limited, which is a producer, which is manufacturer company. And all the batch manufacturing records were made available to me in India. I used to check, still I check all batch manufacturing records of each and every batches which are being produced in China with the technology. And once our quality and regulatory team is satisfied with the quality and reports of that product, then we give a green signal to export that from China, and that is exported to USA. And USA channel, USA distribution channel will distribute it to customers, and customers are found by our sales and marketing team. And this is how we are working. Before, we done it only from China. We did not have any US presence, but we started our full-fledged distribution in US with inception of McLaw US LLC, which is a limited liability corporation in USA, and also with partnership Mike, Lokesh, and Fidencio, and also Mega. So we four were a part of this with different responsibilities, and we started our full-fledged distribution channel with warehouse in San Diego, California. So this was our beginning of US operation, you would say, full-fledged distribution, but beginning of crawling in that US space. This was the first stage of US presence. And then with the proper approach and our ideas of providing genuine ingredients to US and also other parts of the world, we expanded, I think in 6 months duration, we expanded our operations to New York and Texas. And when I talk about investments here, I would like to tell from $50,000 first business to $3 million, our current business, we haven't taken any loan from US, India, or China banks. There was no loan taken. There were no investors. We just had an idea, and that $50,000 that we earned from first business, that started multiplying on its own because of because that idea was multipliable, you can say. So people liked it, and people gave us support. They paid us in advance because of this, and we started growing in 6 months to US warehouses. Many of the companies in US, they do not have more than one warehouse, but we have 3 warehouses. Now we are moving to Canada, and of course, no money from my pocket or anyone's pocket in our team. So maybe there is a misconception about having startups or any business that you need a huge investment. So I can't tell about others, but in my case, we didn't have any investment, nor my partner had any investment. So we were just working a normal job, a normal consultancy with other company, and we saw that there is an opportunity and we can be a problem solver. So if you have that kind of mentality and orientation that you want to be problem solver of the world, any companies you see in any sector, if it is pharmaceuticals, in pharmaceuticals who have become big in recent past, you can see that companies who are able to provide vaccines to the world, because that was the current problem of the world, and who were able to do that, they have become big, right? So people were not able to book their cabs on time. So some companies, they have come forward and they made an app to book auto and cars and cabs, all these things, and they have become big. So every company who has become big, they have one thing in common, and that thing is they tried to solve problem of the world, something. And when I say try to solve problem of the world, you are already there in the world, right? So you have solved your own problem, at the same time you have solved world's problem. But when you start something, it can be startup, it can be established company, you always need to see what are the problems of the world. So when you are able to identify the problem, then your startup will never fail, your ideas will never fail, and you will get people who are on the same platform, and who will appreciate your idea, because ultimately they are also in the problem because of not having any solution at that particular time. So people will come, they will join you, and you can become, I would say, not big, but you can be a sustainable. When I say sustainable, at least you need not ask any loans from government or any investor, and you need not move as per their wishes. So the most important thing, if anyone wants to ask me what is one important thing for startup or starting entrepreneurship, and that is, you should have problem solving attitude. What is the problem? You should identify the problem first, and then you should try to think what is the best way to solve this problem. It can be anything, it can be anything. So this is how we grew, based on only idea, and idea supported us in getting people into our team. And now MacLob is 28 people corporation who are working in different parts of the world, in US, in China, in Mexico, and in India. And we are in touch with technology. We can see everything what is happening in other parts of the world, and we are available 24/7. Why? Not because I am not sleeping or someone else is not sleeping, because of sheer advantages of time zone. If I am sleeping in India, US people are awake, they are working. So MacLob is working 24/7. We are never off, and we work as we go. We do not have any obligation to work in our office for particular time. We need not do something which is written in timetables, and we need to follow that. We need to follow any meetings, nothing. We can work as per our needs, you can say. So when I say our needs, that also is a challenge, because sometimes there is urgency and we need to wake up from our sleep. So this also happens. And when you start up, when you start any corporate, The only thing which is important is all the people who are joining you should be future leaders already. Future leaders already means they should not tell, okay, 9 to 5, my job is finished, and now I do not have any obligation to work. So when we work in startups, the most important thing is you should be able to work anytime you are required and anything which is required. When I started this company, I was doing, I was packing the couriers, and I was sending those samples to USA. I have gone to post office myself. I have packed all the samples myself, and I sent those samples myself. I didn't feel that I should have some person who is working for me, any peon or something, who will do all the work for me. So everything I have done. Sometimes I have also swipe my own office. So all these things you have to do on your own. And when you have a sense of belongingness and sense of responsibility, it comes inherently from your mind and from your heart that you need to do this, because there is no one who can do it for you. So, and now what we want to do is we also want to do backward integration. As I said, what is backward integration? The entire food industry and dietary supplement industry, it runs from farm to fork. Things are cultivated in the farm and it goes to fork, whatever people eat, right? So this entire supply chain, we are already there on the forward front of supplying raw materials and finished products to various businesses in the US. But when we come backward, we are not yet into cultivation of all these herbal powders ourselves. So with whatever profits we had and we got from this, I particularly, with my own interest, I have bought almost 8 acres of land as a laboratory where I want to cultivate different herbal medicinal plants myself and see what is happening, and at what particular stage I need to harvest those materials, what is the yield of those plants, and what we can do so that if supply chain is affected in India or China or Mexico, how we can make it sustainable. Means it won't stop. If one channel is blocked, we should be able to cultivate these herbal ingredients in other channel of the world. So this is with this we have started ashwagandha cultivation and moringa cultivation in India, and also ashwagandha and burdock cultivation in Mexico. We have started cultivation also, and we are very much associated with farmers. Also, on other hand, with the big corporates, one hand with the farmers, and it gives us very close view of close picture of what is actually happening in the society and in corporates, and where we need to reduce those gaps. So this understanding is coming because we are closely associated with both the ends, and we are ready to take on the challenge of cultivation. Because though I am from farmer family, I never went to farm and then plowed all the produce or anything, not even cotton. I don't know anything about that, but somewhere we had to start, and we have started that. My partner, he was from lawyer background. The other partner, he already had business background, and someone had MBA background, but they never were in this field. But all of us only had a vision that we need to do something. We need to do something which will provide genuine ingredients to end consumers, and everything should happen in front of our eyes. Nothing can be masked, or it can be hidden, so that there are cases in USA where people have given materials with 18 ppm 20 ppm of mercury levels in US, and those company, they couldn't sustain for longer. Very big company of yoga guru in India, they were not able to go into US market because of heavy metals levels. So these are the things you need to know, what is required in which part of the in which country, what are the regulations required, and you should see that no one is affected. End consumer should get benefited only because of the active constituents, not because of any heavy metals or microbial contamination in those. So we also started in nutshell, we started cultivation of these ingredients in Mexico. An interesting story is that our warehouse, Mexico and US has a wall. You might be knowing. Now it has a wall, and it is very challenging for Mexican produce and Mexican people to cross US border by road. So that is our challenge. Now that is our challenge, and it has come from nowhere. We didn't think when we started this thing that this can be a hurdle in our logistics. And now we are planning to take those ingredients by sea route, because that has no wall as of now. So we are taking those ingredients to our San Diego warehouse by sea route. And for your information, this is the factory in China. These are the packagings that we pack our herbal bulk ingredients. Typically, these are 25 to 28 kilo of packagings. And these are the floorings with epoxy coated resins and everything. This is a pulverizer, blender. This is the passage in China. And we didn't have this before, but only with our initial few profits, we invested in factory, and now we have factory in China. So there can be a question, why not in India? Because most of our produce that we distribute is now 80% Chinese ingredients. For example, ginseng, it is not cultivated in India. So, and like that, Siberian ginseng and so many other ingredients are there which are not cultivated in India. So with that knowledge, we first incorporated our factory in China only. And now we are thinking about India, because as I said, if you ask me, as compared to India and China in herbal sector, the US people are very much aware about Chinese herbal medicines, not Indian herbal medicines. There are very few Indian ingredients that people know. For example, ashwagandha, they know Brahmi, they know Gymnema, and 4 or 5 more, not more than that. And if someone is knowing, they are working on very low scales of their production capacities for making finished goods. So our aim, we are on same platform. If someone is Chinese, they do not think that no, Indian produce should not be marketed. So in that way, we want to market everything which is available. For example, what is the activity, or what is the use of ashwagandha? That is general tonic, it is an immunomodulator. Like that, we want to market all the immunomodulators, even from Africa. So if it is from Mexico also, we want to market those ingredients, because when you see, certain situation will come when it is not available, it is not viable to take or to import these ingredients from India or China or maybe Brazil, and it can happen with any country. So if we have knowledge of same function ingredients, what we can do is, when let's say all these countries are blocked, maybe because of any reasons, it can be Russia-Ukraine war also, right? And if you people are aware about what is happening because of Russia-Ukraine war, most of the wheat export is banned from India, because wheat is cultivated in Russia and Ukraine, and because of this war, the supply chain of wheat is affected. And the people are asking to India and other countries, can you supply wheat? But India needs wheat, right? So India cannot produce, they can produce, but they cannot export wheat because of their own needs. So if this type of situation happens, then you should have alternative. You should not focus only on one country. And here, definitely in our case, the focus country is not China. It will be India. Whatever China cannot supply, India should be able to supply. And we are already working on that. We have exported almost 10 metric tons of bamboo extracts. Now bamboo, I know in southern India, it is used for making pickles, the young bamboo shoot, and that's it. But in US, bamboo shoot extract with silica content, it has lot of silicon dioxide, and this is a natural silica found in bamboo, and it is used for hair growth. It is also used for joint inflammation, reduction of joint inflammation, and collagen production. So bamboo extract has lot of potential. And what we have done is when Shanghai was, we used to supply this bamboo extract from China. But what happened is China came up with COVID policy that factories will be open only for 2 days in a week. And this was a challenge. We had orders, but we could not fulfill those because of COVID policy of China. So we started finding alternatives for bamboo extracts, and with so many efforts, we convinced one of our contract manufacturers that they should make this particular specification of bamboo extract, 70% silica, and they should provide us. And with that, with so many efforts, we started exporting from India. So you can see here, China was closed, and most of the companies in USA, they are importing this from China, but that channel was closed. But we could open it from India. And when this diversification is possible, I think it is good for the sustainability of your business, sustainability of your corporate, because if this is not there, you have an alternative for that. So this is going to be our approach. If we are doing cultivation also, we are not doing only in India. We are also doing in Mexico. We are also doing in China. So diversification is most important. First thing I told is you should have motivation, and also you should have sense of problem solving for the people. But you should have sense of problem solving. But what if all channels are closed? So you should have alternative channels which are open at same time. And this is also true for any business. For example, petroleum products. Everyone knows that now India is buying from Russia oil, right? And there are so many countries, they are telling that, okay, Russia is doing this and that, and you should not buy from Russia. But that channel is open for us, and they are giving us at very cheap price, right? So this is applicable for any sector, any business, be it pharmaceutical or food sector or any. This is applicable to any sector, and diversification is the must. And people who are investing in share market, they also know how important that is, isn't it? So diversification is important. This is our warehouse in US, San Diego. This is a dock, and this is how it is kept on the pallets. This is where trucks are docked, and it is taken out of these, and it is kept on the pallets in US. This is our team. So this is Mike, my brother. So he's a Chinese. And one interesting thing I wanted to tell, there is a lot of, you can say, prejudices about Chinese in market, especially for Indian people. And Indian people say, oh, he's a Chinese and he will ditch you, this, that, so many things. And there are certain notions that Chinese people are not ethical, this, that. When I started this business with Mike, so many people told me that we should not go together because he is a Chinese and you are an Indian, and then India, China, Galwan, war, and so many things, and you should not partner with him. But I saw that he was genuine, and he also saw that I have the same motivation. We are on the same page, same platform with our motivation, also with what we want to achieve with that. So that is how MacLab started, Mike and Lokesh brothers, and we are still going and going strong, and we'll go strong. And he is Fidencio Salas, who is American citizen. We actually met him through Mega. She is sales director of our company. She had a lot of experience in sales of spices, chilies, and so many other spices from India. And she also thought we should, work for the farmers and work for the genuine producer process in India and across the world. So she joined us, and then through her we got to know about Fidencio Salas. We call everyone as bro and sis. There is no names like sir and so many formalities in our team. Be it a 20 years old guy or 52 years old guy, we call all of them with single name and bro or something like that, being a cool people. So he is 52 years old, but his enthusiasm is like, he is sometimes better than us. So in startup, this is also essential that everything, sometimes he has lifted 25 kg drums on his back, and he has delivered to our clients in US with no thinking that he is in US and why he should do this. And all these things goes to our mind when we become big, when we have so much of money. It goes to our mind and we think that, okay, why we should do this, we can hire someone and we can do this. So he has done on so many things on his own, and same thing happens to all of us. We are doing everything on our own, and that is also important, that no one can tell us that, okay, no one can ditch us or no one can betray us telling that this particular thing is done this way and this is being charged at this rate. For example, if someone we hire and they tell that, okay, this work needs $50, but we had done it on our own before, and we know that it takes only $5, right? With that knowledge, we can stop people from stealing money from our pockets, because we have already done. For example, if we start cultivating today, we know what is the real cost of cultivation of all these agricultural produce. We know it, and with that we can save so much of cost. So in startups, it is essential that you do everything. It can be anything. It can be let's say dropping couriers, delivering to the clients, and then driving yourself, and then sometimes you have to do GST filings and so many things. And then these CAs and big people, they tell that, okay, aap aisa nahi karoge, then tax people will come and they will do this and then they will do that. But if you do it first yourself, and so many portals of governments, everything is becoming digital nowadays. So all these things are very much friendly for startup culture in India. Before, if someone had to open a company, they had to think, oh, opening company means what, how to do, where to do, which person I should meet, and what documents I need. Today there are many companies who are able to open company for you, and then file GST for you, also file taxes for you, and there is a package of doing that. So these things before and now, if you look at it, things have become very much amenable to corporates, and it is required. So many people also tell me that you are selling Chinese products and money is going to China. So which is a valid argument, but my focus is on bringing currency, US currency to India, because I am also getting US currency from India. So the reason behind telling all of you is that many people will start to infuse in you some kind of nationalism or patriotism or some prejudices, or there are generalizations also in the market. And when you start something, you should be devoid of all these generalizations which are in the market. You should only focus on what other person, what is their character, what is the way of working, what is their are they on same page, are they having same motivation, are they having same inspiration, can they give time, losing their own personal time. We also work sometimes on Sundays. We have meetings everyone with everyone on Sundays. Sometimes it goes for 2-3 hours. If we think that okay, this is our personal time, and if there are employees, they will think that okay, this is a personal time, we are not ready to communicate with each other. But we do that, and in startups you need to do that. You cannot be looking at calendars and then work and think that okay, just because you opened a company you will grow just like that. So there are certain personal sacrifices. The other thing behind telling you was generalizations. Please avoid generalizations which are prevalent in the market. If someone is this and that, just don't hate someone because they are Chinese or they are Mexican or they are US citizen or whatever prejudices are there. Please shed all the prejudices and think that the other person in other country is same like we are here, and we have same problems. The scale of those problems can be different, but we have same kind of problems, right? And many people tell that US में तो ऐसा है वैसा है. Internet connectivity is so strong in US, and just before 10 minutes, whatever problem we encountered here with someone doing that construction work, and then I had to interrupt. And these things, with these things also, I can say that this is common all across the world. Nothing is different from India. So this is because of globalization, and somewhere we are better than other countries also. So inferiority complex you need to shed when you work with global team. You have to shed inferiority from your mind that okay, this thing is like this there, and they can work better than us or something like that. So these things, as I learned, I am telling you that these things you should shed from your mind when you are working with global team. So these are my learnings. So why we work on Sundays and Saturdays sometimes, and also beyond normal clock schedules, because we work hard for something we love. And what we love is we want to, of course, earn money ourselves, but that is very small part of that. And you can earn money only up to certain level. Why people work is for freedom, for what they want to work for. They need freedom for that. No one should be able to tell them, okay, you need to do this, otherwise you will be fired. No. So this stage, everyone wants freedom. Who doesn't want freedom? And freedom is the ultimate thing that everyone wants to achieve than the money. So if you work hard for yourself and for your passion and for what you love, it doesn't become stress. You won't be in any kind of stress if you do this. So taking accountability of your actions is very important in startups, because and also in partnerships, because as I said, we are 4 partners, right? And sometimes in day-to-day life something happens and you tend to blame your partner or your family member or your friend. Oh, tune aisa kiya, you have done like this because this has happened, but actually you have done it, right? So accountability, this is a value which should be there inside you for any startup. So if small mistake also happens, you should be able to tell, oh, okay, this is because of me and I will take responsibility for that. It's my mistake, and please tell me what is my punishment for that, monetary punishment or any other type of punishment. Tell us. So this type of accountability should be there. And not only when something good happens, you should tell it's mine, and if something bad goes, if something goes wrong, you should tell, no, no, it's not my problem, or it's not because of me, right? So these things, I know these are very trivial things, but this is very important also. So as I said, business is about people, right? So whether it is pharmaceutical, or it is nutritional product, or it is any other product, let us not talk about being in pharma sector, or herbal sector, or nutraceutical sector, or another sector. Most important here is, for any businesses, it is about people. So you should be feeling for the people that you work with, right? You should be, whether it is buyer, sometimes they are in problem, they need money before actually they need it. So we should be able to understand that they are not asking for money because they are greedy or something. They need money because they want to run their business, and they want to be sustainable. And this helping attitude is very much important. But certain times it can be you who needs money before time, right? So you should be understanding about people's need and people's problem, and you should resolve that. So it's about people, money also. It's about people. So to do anything with results, you have got to have both trust and networking skills. As I told, why I am able to do this sitting here in India, because only I trust someone who is sitting on other side of the planet, right? And the networking skills, of course, because we had same motivation, we were on same platform, that we want to grow, also benefiting others. So everything can take birth from that. Investment, refinement of ideas, co-founders, anything which is required for the entrepreneurship or business, it comes from building trust and network. So please trust people. Please don't doubt anyone's motivations or anyone's character beforehand. Please work with them. Please give them a chance. At the same time, you also take chances whenever it is given to you, and then give that environment where those values can be cultivated. So how it comes? Vision, how it comes? Only because of vision and mission. Like here, what was the vision and mission? We want to provide authentic materials. We want to benefit farmers. We want to benefit real manufacturers. And we want to make all these herbal things popular across the world. And for that, whatever it takes, you should be ready to do. And in Hindi, there is a popular saying, "Main hi main hu to kya main hu, tum hi tum ho to kya tum ho," right? So this, if you have this attitude, if you see that, if you think you are the one who is, sarve sarva, you are the supreme lord of this business. The moment you have this kind of mentality and this kind of thinking, your business is gone, because people will not cooperate with you. So business, as I said, from young age, please try to think, try to inculcate that you should be problem solver for the others. At the same time, people who are working with, give values to them, right? If you give values, they will give values to you, and then you nurture values with that type of motivation and that type of work style. So this is also important. Don't take money from your parents, because spending money you have earned make you understand real value of money. So even if your parents have money, this is my personal not experience, but this is my personal understanding and my learning, that please do not take money from the parents, because to earn even a penny, when you work hard, then even if you take that 25 paisa goli or something, and when you eat it tastes very sweeter, and you understand the real value of money because of that, and your spendings will be in control. If you inculcate that habits, not only because you will do business or not, but in your day-to-day life also, you follow this principle, it will help you for startup in future, because your hands will be in control. You just don't spend because you have money in your hands. So for this, don't spend others' money, spend your money. And when you spend your money, automatically your spendings will be less. Oh, this is very important. Avoid doing business with friends if you want to keep them as friends, because when you start business, it has only uh, one supreme motto, and that is, what is your vision and mission you want to get there, whatever it is. Sometimes when you have friends in the business, because of your friendship or because of your relation, what happens is that you have to keep your vision and mission aside, and you have to give values to friends, and you have to give values to your relations more than that. And with this type of entry of those relations and friendships in middle of your vision and mission, what will happen is that your vision and mission will become your second priority, and your friends and your family will become your first priority. So for any businessman or startup, the first priority is business, and you should nurture your business like your baby. So if you have that attitude, only then and then you can uh, be a successful entrepreneur, because so many emotional things will come in the middle when you are working with the friends and relatives and so many people, because that is also personal things also affect professional things, right? So here, this is my advice: avoid doing business with friends. They can be your team members, but please make sure you do not do it in first hand. Also, remember to celebrate success and recognize the people who help you achieve it, right? And I'm glad to tell that um, so many people are there from Al-Ameen, actually organizers. So Al-Ameen gave me uh, so many platforms out of Al-Ameen also. When I was there, I was teaching to Norway people and California people and UK students. I was taking online tuitions from Bangalore, and with mere 25,000 of salary, I am not complaining about that now, but with mere 25,000 of salary, I used to stay in PGs in Bangalore, and of course it was not enough for me. So I started looking for some other opportunities, and one of the opportunity was teaching of pharma and chemistry student outside of India. And actually that gave me confidence that I can speak with foreigners, and they understand me, and because of my inputs, they can achieve something in their life. And that actually uh, put inside me that, okay, everyone uh, across the world are just like us, right? They are not different people. They understand us. Language is just a mere of communication. It's not a certification for your intellectual capability or something like that. So these things I learned from my professional things that I professional uh, career that I was doing in Al-Ameen academics. Also, academics, it makes you exposed to so many young minds, and they have their own ideas. They want to succeed in life and so many things. So this happened, uh, way before actually, when I got exposed to actual business and corporate groups. So why I'm telling, because you should be able to celebrate the people also who actually help you. So Al-Ameen is such an institution which has given me that platform. Hadn't I been in Al-Ameen and in Bangalore, I probably would end up somewhere else. So I am indebted to Al-Ameen as well as Bangalore, because that city has taught me so much in my life. So also give it a try. So if you have something, as I have give it a try, I thought, okay, this is not enough, let's try something. And I started interacting with foreigners. And when I thought that I need to do something where farmers are benefited, where processors are benefited, I didn't stop. When I met Mike, I told him, let's give it a try. It's better starting than doing nothing, right? At least we have our own jobs, or we are earning something which will give us 2 times food and some entertainment and that normal life. We were doing that. So you should be unsettling. first of all, you should be unsettling. Nothing should be like, oh, everything is settled in the life and I don't want to do anything now. Everything I have, right? So all these things, when you are satisfied, then you cannot grow. So for growth, unsettling experience is important. So always put you in very unsettling and uncomfortable type of environment and try to come out of it. Okay. So try it out for yourself in very simplest way possible, so you have an idea if you like it or not, right? So maybe you will give it a try, and after 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, you will know that okay, this is not cup of my tea, right? So you should give it a try, first of all, whatever it can be, in pharma or any sector that you want to give it a try. Give it a try with like-minded people. Try to appreciate people who are like-minded, irrespective of what they earn or what they think. And most important, you do not need money to start the business. You need self-motivation and passion, because there will be many people who will tell, "Arey, tere paas to paisa nahi hai, how you will do it," right? So देख उसने ऐसा किया, that person has done like that and he failed. Don't do it, right? They have failed, and he was such a rich person. His father was a big tycoon and a businessman. Still he failed. What you will do? You do not have anything. So people will be there who will tell you like that. So your motivation will be down at that time. So keep it lit always. Keep it on fire always. And passion you should have, and it only comes when you try to benefit others. You try to benefit others in smallest ways, and when they are happy about it, you see the happiness, you will see your contribution in their happiness, and you will feel sense of achievement with that, and that will give you confidence to move further. So this is the last important thing and most important thing for starting any business, and what I have learned with my own experience. So I would like to thank everyone and giving me opportunity. Very sorry for a few interruptions in the middle. If any questions are there, I'm happy to answer them.
Thank you, Dr. Lokesh, for such a wonderful session. And I think that your learnings were very good. All our students and the participants would definitely be benefited with it. Before we go on to the question answer session, I would request all the participants to switch on their videos. We would and I would request now the Vice President of Institution Innovation Council of Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy and our R&D Director, Dr. Salma Khanam ma'am, to provide her insightful observations about this brilliant session. Over to you, Salma ma'am.
Thank you, Tanushri. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Lokesh, for giving a detailed insight into your startup. I really feel proud of you and your achievements as an Al-Ameenian, I would say. And personally, I feel even more proud that you're doing so well in the business of herbal drugs. Since I'm really attached with that, I really feel very proud and wish you all the best. I'm sure this story of yours has really motivated not only our students, but also our young faculty. At IISc, as was told to you, Institutions Innovation Council of Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy, we are trying to motivate students and young researchers for startup and innovation. And your story today really helped us to understand how to ideate, how to build upon the idea and sell the idea and reach the level of success. I'm sure this is a very, very good example for all of us who are trying to teach students how to ideate, how to take on the idea, and how to have a vision, how to have a good network. And thank you so much for giving us that insight. I hope students are really benefited. And I also hope that our students can join you in your successful venture. I think you said that you will come for placement. I would be very happy that you come here and take some of our students who would love to join your company.
I forgot I was a part of placement committee in Al-Ameen.
Yes, yes.
You can join
So you can continue to be the part of placement and take our students in your company. And another thing that I would like to say is I hope your vision for having a cultivation unit in India and starting a lab in India is successful. And I'm sure all of us will be benefited by it, right?
Yes.
And whenever possible, when you're in Bangalore, please come and have a personal interaction with our students. So
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you so much. One question that, so you're doing not only herbal supply chain, you're also doing standardization and quality control.
Yes.
Where are you doing that? In China only?
No, we are doing with cooperation with a few labs in India and US. There are certain labs in US who are working on authentication of these ingredients. For example, one query that we got from our customer was prove that this is a carrot. So we all know what is carrot, right? If you show this is carrot, everyone will believe. But how to prove that it is carrot scientifically with some analytical techniques? So we are working on identification and proving that this what you have presented, it is that only, whether it is carrot or food ingredients, vegetables, fruit powders, or herbal extracts. So we are trying to develop that, and we are closely still we are working with some institutions in India and also in China and with some labs in US for that.
You can include our institution also.
Sure. Yeah, I will be happy.
Good. Thank you again, Lokesh. Over to you, Tanushree.
Thank you, ma'am. I would like to remind our dear participants to fill in the feedback form and submit. So going to the next question, Dr. Lokesh. What problems you faced at the POC level?
At the
POC level.
Point of conception?
Yes.
Okay. Point of conception, I didn't face any problems because I was clear what I wanted to do. The only problem was finding right person to do that thing. So I was searching for the person, and wherever I traveled across the world, I used to share that with people and see what is their feedback. And people who really got motivated and really got interested in my idea, those people are with me now, working with me. So when you present your ideas to people, you will always feel whether they can be on board with us or they can't be. So only problem is with most important problem with startups and partnership is with finding people who are on same page with you.
Okay. For the next question, somebody has asked, have you patented any of your compositions?
No, we haven't patented, and that is not our focus point as of now, because there is so much to do actually in whatever is existing. For example, I said carrot is existing since ages. Beetroot is existing since ancient times. So many herbal ingredients are existed. They have existed. They are sold in the market. But our focus is on how to prove that this is authentic. How to prove that this is ashwagandha only, because person sitting in US, they have never seen what ashwagandha is, right? They are presented with powders, and when they are given powders, how they will know that this is ashwagandha only, right? That is the problem. If someone gives you tea, but actually it is water, right? And if they give you telling that this is tea and you drink it, and when you meet someone and you tell I have it tastes very bland and it doesn't have any taste, tea doesn't have any taste like that. So when you tell like that, they realize, okay, whatever they have consumed, it was not tea, it was water, right? So we are working on proving that what is presented, whether it is that only or not. We are making people aware in US, in Canada, in countries where cultivation is not happening. People do not know actually how Panax ginseng looks like when they are presented with water, they are presented with that particular product. They can smell and they cannot, believe that this is actually that. There should be some scientific reports. There should be some methods which can prove that this is Panax ginseng. And when you present to customers, then you will get more awareness. And when you have effect, then you start consuming those products again and again.
Thank you, Lokesh. The next question is, what is the importance of mentorship to you? And can you tell something about your mentors?
My mentors. Okay. Okay. My mentors, at different level, I had different mentors. In terms of business, if you ask me, I didn't have any mentor. I had a partner with whom I started after leaving Al-Ameen. I was working with him for US market, and I'm only, you can say, that was a platform which was given to me for learning these things in the market. But there are many people who are given platforms, but if you do not have self motivation and self discipline, that platform will go in vain. It is of no use to you. So most important is self motivation. And in terms of mentorship, of course there are people who will appreciate your ideas, and they want you to take it further, whether they are investors or co-manufacturers or packagers or your own team. So yes, there are whoever I work with, I consider them my mentor because they give me inputs for what I'm doing.
Dr. Lokesh, the last question we will take on now. Do you think that your company is contributing for Atmanirbhar Bharat, as you are exporting 20% of the indigenous turmeric? And why don't you think, what do you think of your business in India?
Okay. I'm glad this question was asked because as I mentioned already, so many people told me you are selling Chinese products and you are helping their economy, but you are not helping our economy. So I would like to tell that this business of ours, it has generated many employment in India also. And we are going for placements, and we are working with so many labs and colleges for different projects. So also we are getting money, right, for whatever we are doing, and that is in foreign currency what we get here. So when foreign currency comes, that is the ultimate motto of the government also, Atmanirbhar Bharat. Atmanirbhar Bharat is not telling that you should work only for domestic market. Atmanirbhar Bharat is also about getting foreign currency to your country, right, and then using that money for making your domestic presence stronger, and then realizing your dreams for the domestic market. So this is about Atmanirbhar Bharat. The second point is why didn't you think of your business in India? As I told, we have company in India also, Spices Indiano International LLP. I also mentioned that we exported 10 tons of bamboo extract, which was from India because we couldn't give it from China. So this was the first time when we did that, and it is being well accepted in the US market. Now onwards, whatever bamboo extract we sell, that is going to be from India. So now coming back to turmeric, 80%, I didn't tell that 20% indigenous turmeric, okay, exporting 20%. I didn't tell that I am exporting only 20% of the turmeric from India. What I was telling is that the consumption of turmeric is so much in India that 80% of what we produce is consumed domestically only. So only 20% is left here. Are you getting my point? Whoever asked that question, 20% is left for the export, but world needs much more than that, right? But 80% we are only consuming because every dishes of ours, every food material, every menu has turmeric in that. So 80% is consumed from wherever it comes. From Kerala, it comes from Maharashtra, from northeastern region of India. all turmeric is consumed domestically. Only 20% is left. And I'm glad to tell you that I am also working on freeze-dried turmeric powder export from India, which has 20% of curcumin. And also we are in close association with farmers in Vaigaon region of Maharashtra. It is very near to where I stay. And it is one turmeric variety which has 6% of the curcumin in that. So we are working on that, and India is not neglected here, definitely. Being Indian and also being patriotic, we are really working for Indian herbal market growth also. But that doesn't mean we should not work for other part of the world.
Okay, thanks a lot, Lokesh, Dr. Lokesh, for being so patient and answering all our queries. I would now request Mrs. Kalpana Devi, Associate Professor, Department of Pharmacochemistry, member IIC, Al-Ameen College of Pharmacy, to propose the vote of thanks.
Am I audible?
Yes, Kalpana, you're audible.
Yeah, so before formally giving the vote of thanks, I would like to speak about Dr. Lokesh. So we were associated with Dr. Lokesh from 2015 to 2017. At that time, we didn't have any idea about how to utilize drug design in our research work. So when he came, he was really a blessing in disguise for us. He told us about that with the help of even freely available softwares, we can really work so much and publish such good papers. In fact, I share a paper with him. He only at that time I just started my PhD. We had our full-time PhDs also, and he really helped us in doing, he was well-versed in drug designing. So he really helped us in doing a lot of work on drug designing, and that really gave an input to our thesis. So thank you, Lokesh, for supporting that time also. And now it's so good to see you from an academician to a successful entrepreneur. Your journey has been so motivating for the students, and how your problem-solving attitude has made you reach to such a great height that the misconception of having huge investment is not reflected in you. Thank you, Dr. Lokesh. So starting with our formal vote of thanks, I would like to thank our dynamic principal and ISC president, Dr. MD Salahuddin sir, for giving us opportunity. I would also like to give my heartfelt thanks to Dr. Salma Khana ma'am, HOD director and ISC vice president, for always supporting and guiding us. I would also like to thank Dr. Mubin ma'am, vice principal, HOD and convener of ISC, for her constant motivation. I would also like to thank our other ISC coordinators and members for their help. Special thanks to our team, Mrs. Tanushri, Mrs. Arfa, Mr. Rakesh, and Mr. Muthu Kumar for the constant support and help. Last but not the least, I would like to thank our audience for the patient listening. Thank you one and all. Jai Hind. Over to you, Tanushri.
Thank you, Mrs. Kalpana. I would request all the participants to kindly fill in the feedback forms before leaving the meeting. Hope to see you all in our next yet another exciting webinar. Till then, take care. Have a good day. This is your host, Tanushri, signing out. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you.
Thank you, Lokesh.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Lokesh.
Thank you.